Good morning.
Good morning.
So what I have with me is a mask. This is, can anybody guess what this mask is of? If you look at the features. Is it a cat? Those aren't very sharp teeth.
Donkey.
A mouse?
Tiger.
It's a rat.
I believe it's a boar or a pig. If you look closely at it. But you could be right. This is from the realm that we are going into right now. Here's another one. Does anybody know what this is?
A coin.
Yes, it's a Mayan calendar. Okay, this is from Belize, and this is also from Belize when I was traveling through there. And we will talk a lot more about the indigenous populations next time. We'll just briefly touch on them today as we introduce our new realm. So I'm going to put these down and come right back. I'll keep talking at you. All right, so we probably should say hola.
Hola.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Because one of the languages very prevalent here is Spanish. Okay, so let's get going. How do we define this new region, big world region or realm? Yes, we define it with diversity. Good. So I always like to start out with the big map so we can look at how this region fits in with the other world regions. All right, so let's start with the diversity. So it is very diverse in language, colonized by the Spanish, but also colonized by Europeans and the U.S. in this part of it. So we look at, it's been known before as Central America, but now we call it Middle America, because in the past, North America has included Mexico. So now we are defining it as including Mexico, the 7 republics, and also the Caribbean Basin, which includes the Greater Antilles and the Lesser Antilles. So North America, we're now considering to include Canada and the U.S. And the reason why geographers these days are considering North America and Canada to be included together in North America is due to culture. So really, this is the area that, one of the smallest area-wise, because the small islands don't have a lot of land area. So if you put everything together land-wise, it's one of the tiniest. There's only 200 million people. That's not a lot of people. But on some of these small islands, it does get kind of crowded. So let's look at, we have 2 culture hearths here. The first one would be centered on Mexico City. So what's that culture hearth?
Yes.
The Aztecs. And we also have another culture hearth, or indigenous ancient peoples, which was centered a little bit more south in the Yucatan, Belize, Honduras, Guatemala, and that is the Mayans. Together, yes, that's a little bit, the Mesoamerica is a term that's often used when you talk about the native peoples, the culture hearths together, then you might say the Mesoamerican culture hearth. And that would include both. Okay, so let's just go ahead. Usually we like to go ahead and just name off the pieces that are in it. So starting with this one, and you can join in. This one is Mexico. And directly below Mexico, we have Guatemala. Notice the Yucatan is part of Mexico, and then we have Guatemala. And then next to Guatemala, we have
Belize.
Belize, and that's actually Belize is not next to it is next to Guatemala, sorry, right here. And then we have below that Honduras, and next to that on the Pacific side, El Salvador, and then Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama. Good, very good. So if we want to look at the Greater Antilles here, we have
Cuba.
Cuba,
Jamaica,
Jamaica,
Haiti,
Hispaniola is the island, which includes Haiti
and Jamaica,
and Dominican Republic. And then we have
Puerto Rico,
Puerto Rico. And then we have the Lesser Antilles, which includes the Windward Islands here, and then Leeward Islands, right? And also the
Bahamas,
Bahamas. Okay, and so this here, we know that this is the Ring of Fire, which is on this part of the map, and really we would have to put the map together like this to see that this is the other side of the Ring of Fire. And what is the Ring of Fire then? It's chain of volcanoes, it's the Pacific Plate, always on the edge of the plates. We talk about the plates as being like on a turtle's back. You know, the pieces that can, actually the plates are things that grind against each other and move. And we have a lot of volcanic action at the edges. Mountains are created, volcanoes are created, rifts can be created when it moves apart. So yes, that's the Ring of Fire, and this is very much on the Ring of Fire, just like we are on the Ring of Fire here. So this is where volcanic action is. We have another plate, the Caribbean Plate, and that's why there's also volcanoes all along the Caribbean Plate here too. So we also, don't forget the Bahamas Islands, which are also included.